G'day everyone. You've probably heard of Bitcoin and felt totally confused. I'm going to explain it using nothing more than this simple notebook and the same aha moment that made it all make sense to me. And I'll do it in the next few minutes. Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, blockchain, the words are everywhere and they're intimidating. It sounds like something you need a university degree to understand. But the truth is, the big idea behind Bitcoin is incredibly simple. So simple, in fact, that we don't need any complicated animations or jargon. All we need to understand it is this notebook. I want you to forget about computers and think about this notebook. But this isn't a normal notebook. This is a magic notebook. Before we start, we need to clear up the biggest confusion of all, the difference between Bitcoin and the blockchain. Think of it this way. This notebook itself is the blockchain. The entries written inside the notebook, the rewards and the transactions, that's Bitcoin. You can't have the entry without the book. The blockchain is the system. Bitcoin is the currency that lives inside of it. Here's how it works. If I want to give you, the viewer, $1, I don't hand you cash. I just write it in my notebook. The old bloke gave the viewer $1. Now here's the first magic trick. The moment I write that down, that same line, the old bloke gave the viewer $1, is checked and then copied into the notebooks of thousands of other people all around the world who also have a copy of this magic notebook. Their computers talk to each other, agree that what I wrote follows the rules, and then everyone updates their page. Simple, right? This is the big secret. Blockchain is just a digital version of this magic notebook. The proper name for the notebook is a ledger, and the technology that keeps all the notebooks in sync is called the blockchain. But all you really need to remember is it's a shared public notebook. Simple. So what stops me from going back and erasing that line and saying, I never gave you that dollar? This is the second magic trick, and it's the most important one. The pages in this magic notebook are designed so that once something is written, it can never practically be erased or changed. And even if I could somehow erase the line in my notebook, it wouldn't matter. Why? Because thousands of other copies of the notebook around the world still have the original correct line written in them. My notebook would no longer match everyone else's, so the system would treat mine as wrong and ignore it. This is the security of Bitcoin. It's not protected by a bank vault. It's protected by the fact that it's publicly shared, and there are thousands of copies. It's security through transparency and decentralization. No single person or company controls the notebook. Okay, so it's a secure digital notebook. But where does the actual coin come from, and why on earth is a single one worth thousands and thousands of dollars? A Bitcoin is not a physical coin. A Bitcoin is a digital token, and it gets the value from the combination of two very simple human concepts: scarcity and belief. First, scarcity. Let's go back to our magic notebook. The system was designed so that there can only ever be a fixed number of these reward tokens. 21 million Bitcoins to be exact. That limit is built into the rules of the system, so no one can just decide to create more. Just like with gold, diamonds, or beachfront property, when something useful is scarce, it tends to become valuable. Second, and this is the most important part, is belief. A Bitcoin is worth thousands of dollars for the same reason that piece of paper in your wallet is worth $20. Because we, as a community, have collectively agreed that it is. It's a system of belief. The value of Bitcoin fluctuates so wildly because that belief is very new and very fragile. When there's good news, like a big company announced they will accept Bitcoin, more people believe in the system, demand goes up, and the price rises. When there's bad news, like a government banning it or a major hack, people lose faith. The belief wavers, and the price can plummet. So Bitcoin is just a scarce digital token whose value is determined largely by the collective belief and demand of the people using the network. It's not backed by a bank or a government, it's backed by the confidence of its users. This all sounds very clever, and it is, but it's also incredibly risky, and you need to understand why. First, volatility. The value of these coins can go up and down wildly. Because it's not backed by a central bank and trades mostly on open markets, its price is driven heavily by public demand and speculation. You can make a lot of money, but you could just as easily lose a lot of money. You could lose everything you put in. Second, complexity and scams. The space is filled with jargon and technical details, which makes it a paradise for scammers. They create fake coins, fake exchanges, and complicated schemes designed to prey on people's confusion and their fear of missing out. Third, no safety net. If you lose the password to your digital wallet, your coins are gone. And there's no help desk to call. There's no forgot password button. And there's no friendly bank teller to help you. You are your own bank, which means you are 100% responsible for your security. It's a huge responsibility. So let's recap the truly simple version. The blockchain is a magic digital notebook that's shared with thousands of people and is designed so old pages can't be changed. A Bitcoin is a scarce digital token that gets its value from community belief. The value fluctuates because that belief is fragile and changes with good or bad news. The risk? It's highly volatile, technically complex, full of scams, and has no safety net if you make a mistake. For most of us, it's something to understand, not something to bet our life savings on. I hope this simple metaphor of the magic notebook has helped and help you cut through the jargon and finally understand the big idea behind Bitcoin and blockchain. It's a fascinating technology, but it's also a very wild and risky world. If this guide was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and a follow. It all helps. For our question of the day, does this explanation make cryptocurrency seem more or less appealing to you? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye for now.